if there is no word of God in your spirit, there will be nothing to respond to. Are we together now? There will be fear in every area of your life in which there is no faith. Believe you me. This one is August visit. There will be fear in any area of your life in which there is no faith. So some example comes to the city of Abuja and ask, how will I survive? Let me count it for you. We are talking vision to purpose, right? Number 1, where will I stay? 2, how will I feed? Number 3, now I hope you know that if you get the rent leave for this year, it doesn't mean that you are guaranteed of next year. It's only in Abuja I discovered that when you've paid the rent for 1 year, you are more worried about the next year's rent than what you are paying right now. Am I normally in other places, once you pay the rent for 1 year, you are counting months. Am I correct? You are like, oh, I have a long time to stay. But guess what happens? In Abuja, once you pay the rent for this year, you are already off. You are scared. Why? I just paid how much? I just paid about 1 point how much million. Now, get the next one. See, let me tell you, if you don't enter with faith, listen, you cannot survive by faith. I shared my story before. Came into Abuja with 7,000 naira. Bank, pocket, spirit, and all of that. Said, this morning, my wife was there. Oya, start going to Abuja now. My wife looked at me. You know, you were saying, till we meet again. Welcome, Jack. And she said, welcome. He said, till we meet again. I got to Abuja, dropped at the park. The 7,000 naira finished. It finished immediately. I stepped in. That was the transport from Kafanchan to Abuja. And so I asked the Lord, you sent me to Abuja, where will I stay? He told me, start walking. Started walking. And then a fellow calls me. And then I asked me, where are you? I told the fellow. He said, can I just sow something into your life? So now what the person showed was, I think was 14,700 or so. Now that was able to take me from the park to the Lord. I asked the Lord, where do I go to? He said, go to Jabi. I go to Jabi. Then I said, Lord, where will I sleep? So I had started surveying filling stations, started surveying shops, like where will I stay the night? And then the Lord points a road to me. He said, follow that road. I got there. It was a guest house. Guess what? 7,000 per night. So guess what? I paid day one. Bought food. So it was remaining like 3,000. Guess what? I stayed in that hotel for 2 weeks and 3 days, if I'm not mistaken, paying hotel bill every day. Ask me. To be very plain, sure, God raised sons of consolation, but it is where God sends you with help. Now, to make matters worse, we told them, start looking for house. The least house. So in my mind, I was budgeting like in car. If you have like 350,000, you are the biggest boy. The most expensive house in Cav is no more than 500,000. The person I was staying close to is the chairman of a particular local government. So I was okay. But guess what? The rents they were calling, none of them was below 1.2 million. Now, I called my wife. You just married December. You are still holding up. To make matters worse, we had extended, because we were supposed to leave earlier, we had extended by 3 months. And so our landlord in Kafanchan, we were supposed to now augment for the 3 months. Now the money for the rent came. You know what we did? We took the money and paid for school fees for children who were paying. I said, Lord, what kind of thing is this one? I want to show you how powerful the word of faith acts as it regards to purpose. We entered, and then some of my friends promised me. To be very sincere, I have very blessed friends. I told them I just got to Abuja, the Lord sent us. Now they were the ones who will be telling you, move. Once you move, we'll send supply. All right. And one said, I'm going to send you 1.5 million. The other one said, I'll send you 1 million. The other one said, I'll send you 2 point what million. These are 9. And so we got a place. I and UD, we walked around ABJ. We got, that was the place, the time I discovered that for every house you inspect, you remove 10,000 naira. So if there are 10 houses in a compound and you open any door to see it, you drop 10,000. So you know what I and you started doing? We decided we will be using the picture online. So there was one we went to. I will never forget that one. We went far. Now when she was taking me far, I asked, where are we going to? We were going outside Abuja on bike. Like we dropped on keke after a journey of almost 45 minutes. Then we took bike. He said, I said, where are we going? He said, it's still in Abuja. Abuja where? Then we dropped the bike. We thought that was all. We called the inspector guy, the guy who was going to take us to. And the guy said, welcome. Now let me take you to the house. Now we entered another bike. Now if it was a straight road, it's okay. But we started going through the mountains on bike. We asked, do cars enter this place? Meaning if you want to build a house there, you know Amalenke, this thing, right? They will go and pack sand from outside back and push it. The trailer will drop the sand somewhere. And then I think at some point we saw a motorable road in there, but it was messed up. And when we entered, I looked at the place. I said, for all this journey, this thing should be like 500, 450. They were mentioning 800,000. Then you will pay 20% of what do they call it? Caution fee. Then a legal fee. When you calculate everything, you are still hitting 6 zeros. You know what I told you? I said, it's a nice one. I took the pictures, I sent it to my wife. I just told myself, me, God sent me to Abuja, not near Abuja. Now guess what happens? So we found where God gave us finally. And then they gave us a deadline. We're going to settle on so day. And then look at me bragging. I told you, tell the guy the money is ready. Once it's so day, we'll give him his money. We'll give him the money. And then that day, UD and Divine came. I pitied them that day because they were looking at me. They knew that this thing had not entered. And then I reached out to everybody that said, I am going to. And the other one said, Apostle, you know I love you, right? I said, yes. And you know that I will do anything for you. Yes, all right. Just go to the story. Said, I cannot give you anything. What? At least if you say you give me 1.5, give me 100. So I asked him, oh yeah, fine. I know maybe you don't have, how much can you give? He said, nothing. Not nothing for now. Then one of my proteges abroad in the issue traveled to the US. Then when she heard the story, she said, don't worry, how much did they say? 2 point? Don't worry, let me do 1 or 2. I called her. UD was looking at me. UD left the hotel room and came out. The Divine was inside. The agent is calling me. Look at it. And I called her. I said, how far with the money? She said, sir, do you know that if you had told me this thing like 3-4 days ago? Wait, we talked about this. If you had told me this thing 3-4 days ago, I would have given you instant. Oh yeah, fine. How much can you give me now? He said, sir, nothing. This was how I looked at UD. UD was embarrassed. She's watching now. She's laughing there. Tell her to stop laughing. UD was embarrassed. Like the agent was buzzing her phone. Then the agent now told her, we have given the place to somebody. The person is coming on Sunday. Yeah? You know what I did that day? After that day, I packed my bag. I told my wife, I'm coming back home. Now, guess what? While I came back home, the Holy Spirit reminded me that the day he asked me to go, 2 days before that, I saw a vision of a man. And of everybody I had reached out to, that man was the person I had not even told about it. Now, guess what? To cut the long story short, we paid for the place. Trust me, you don't want to know the amount. Yet, we did not owe 1 naira. Do you know that the day we came for the place, another person asked about 200,000 to the, do you understand? We came with it to the house and they had already taken it. They had started working on the house. I say, God, this is not the case of a woman coming to give birth and she cannot give birth. Of destiny. Thank God for UD. UD is a warrior. UD started raking. Oga, in our heart we knew. Now to make matters worse, by the time we came, the money we brought was the former money. But because this person had paid extra 200,000, they were not going to come down to give the person back that money. So we had to make it. Now guess what happens? The Lord leads us to something where the money was going to come from. I and my wife, we sat down, talked with the person. Now guess what happens? We go to settle the matter, to settle the deal, to handle to get the money. Now, do you know that of the amount we were looking at for that particular thing? It was, I think we were looking at no, the person told us you get the best in that of that matter. 1 million for $1 million. So we go there, oh glory, 1 million. So where will we get 700,000 from? Or then the charge, the other charge. You hope you know one that is different from plus charges. Now guess what? The money these people we are supposed to pay. The man looked. I and my wife joined hands and said, Lord, this is what we want from this. The man called and said, this is the amount we are giving. Now you may think it is strategy that makes people succeed. I'm telling you, you can like not, you will still fail. We were holding services at home up until the last weeks. How did this place come? The word. Listen, I'm telling you the truth. Because as vision comes, the greatest thing many people do, especially children of God, please mention, is that they run to vision without a word from God. You will fail. Crash. Was it not David that says, the Lord builds the house, they that build it in vain. But the one building.
You're telling yourself, I will be a doctor, simply because you think you have brains. You are joking. My question to you, with the vision you have in your hand, is what did God say to you about that vision? Some of you have a ministry, a calling from God. What is the guarantee that you will succeed? The testimony of our sister, which we shared this morning, she sent me the conversation she had with one of our sisters too. The person said, oh yeah, fine, since this door seems to have closed, can we get plan B? You know what she said? God's servant said to me, like Caleb, that this admission must come out. I accept it the way it comes. Yesterday night, she teased me. She said, sir, if you even tell me good morning, I take it as a prophetic word. You know the problem, many of you, you are running without any word in your spirit. God, you are telling, God is telling you you're going to own businesses. There are testimonies I don't want to share. Up until yesterday, God is telling many of you you're going to settle deals, you're going to do heavy deals, do business at very strategic level. Do you think it's by capacity men succeed? The Bible said, no man can do these things except God be with him. And I'm trying to tell you, God will not help something that will not advance his kingdom. That's where purpose comes in. You are telling God, I want to be a billionaire, right? I want to be a governor. I want to be a president, a tech giant. What does God stand to benefit if he gives it to you? We are saying right now, like a joke, that by this time next year, it will be bigger, wider, in a more comfortable place. By what audacity are you guaranteed that that will happen? When they tell you the cost of things in Abuja, when they tell you the cost of just moving one thing, you ask yourself, God, where? But let me tell you the truth. The word of God has sufficient resources to host your destiny. We were in the house of a blessed man. I don't know whether he shared the story where I think it was I and my wife. And the man said, I and my wife came into this city. We just what? And when the man started recounting the things God had done for him, listen to me. You cannot run just with vision. Listen, this is where the problem is now. When God gives you a word, for example, God has called you to do ministry, do business, do something. Now you are asking yourself, what do I do? What are the steps I need to take? The first thing you need to note is to find out what Moses did. God said to Moses, I need you to go and save my people. Moses saw the pain of his people. That was vision. I wanted to save them. But what made it purpose was because God now told him, I am sending you. So where did Moses get his audacity? He got his audacity from the fact that God said the same thing to him. 2 days ago, we got another testimony. One of our sisters was going to do something in the environment she found herself. But there was an event problem. There was an event place problem. And then she kept on bothering. What will I do? We had spoken about it 4 weeks ago. What will I do? I can't get this. I can't get that. And I told her, I said, let me tell you the truth. Is this a kingdom matter? Yes. Now go to so place and tell them you want to use it. Now guess what? She goes there with fear in her heart, possibly this cannot happen and all of that. Now when she arrives there, she tells them, this is what I want to do. Do you know what happened? The people said, we have been expecting these things. Now they did not just give her the place she was looking for. They gave her the most recent one they just built. God said to Moses in Exodus 7, I have made you a God unto Pharaoh. My question is this: what word is backing that thing you call vision? Oh, please don't fool yourself and say, I have friends, I have this. The Bible said the arm of men will fail you. See, let me tell you the truth. See, I don't know how I'm going to say this, but can I tell you the truth? Even men themselves don't know why they fail men. Wait, I want to, when we were young, there's something we used to do. We used to get angry at our uncles for not giving us money. How many of you used to feel that way? You are like, this uncle he did not help me. Now, if you check around, you are an uncle now. When was the last time you gave even 1K to your cousin? Some of you have blocked them. You left the WhatsApp group so that they will not even find you by any means. Now listen, men want to help, but there is empowerment to help. The second thing I discovered, apart from getting the word, which many people do as error, is that they don't write the vision down. See, I will tell you the truth. Listen, even God did not just make you perceive his word for you. God wrote it down so that you will know exactly what his promise is to you. For I know the thought is not enough. Write it down. Make it plain. There are many of you right now who are telling yourselves, I remember when some of our guys here came to Abuja. Some of them literally had to close a lot of things, shut down businesses where they are, shut down whatever they were doing, and came to Abuja. I remember one evening we were having Bible study. One just knocked on the gate. I think media pastor. We just saw him enter like that. Now, my question is, who sent you? What was the guarantee that you have that you will succeed? Listen, let me tell you. You will continue to guess life if you don't write down what you want out of life. Many of you came into Abuja, you just think that, or came into whatever city you find yourself, UK or whatever, no plan, no agenda, nothing. Listen, I read something yesterday that struck my heart powerfully. It was a man that scaled his finances from $15 million to $95 million in 4 years. And I mean by gross profit. What happened? He said that God gave him an instruction. God told him, he said, your greatest attack is not Satan. Your greatest attack is distraction. Everybody say distractions. This is the problem. There are things that does not concern your destiny. Listen, the Bible said Jesus went to a particular city and did mighty things. They wanted to make him king. He ran away. Not everything deserves your attention. A man who writes down what he wants out of destiny is a man that will know exactly what is not his destiny. Are you hearing me now? For example, let's say, I want to marry a fair lady. Let's take that. I'm married. Happily married. Now, guess what? Do you know what that does? Every fair lady becomes visible to me. There's something called the principle of the red car. If I tell you find a red car, do you know other colors will disappear? Meaning, a lot of people come into life with no plan, no agenda. And because there's no plan or agenda, anything becomes acceptable. There are many of you who have accepted life. Let me tell you something. When we were doing ministry in CAF, those that know me will hear me say it. If it is not what God has said we are coming to do, nothing will change it. See, bend from today to tomorrow. If it is not the standard, we will not bend for it. Do you know, right now we've come again. If we keep accepting everything, anything that just comes, we will become the valley of decision of fools. It is writing visions down that determines what you get out of it. There are many of you right now who are telling yourself, in the next 1 year, I want to be a millionaire. Now, let me tell you the job of God when you write a vision down. A day to that time God gave you by his leading, you may truly not have the same thing. But I assure you that day cannot cross without you having it. See, I will tell you this by every sense of audacity. This is no joke. Listen, There are things I cannot truly say. But let me tell you the truth. If you are willing enough to write it down, do you know that even as a man of God, there are places you can write that I can never be there. The day you say, I will stop this nonsense, it will stop. I determined long ago that I was going to place a value on what God had put on me. If it was not going to be value, I will bring in the value. When we go for ministrations, I tell the team as we carry our bags to go, I tell them, I said, we carry our gadgets as though those people don't have any plan. You know the reason? Men will mess you up when you don't know the value God has put on you. There are things you tell yourself, I can listen. They say no matter how hungry the lion is, it will never eat grass. Many of you are telling yourself, I want to be this great man. Go and read the book of Femi Otedola. Almost everything he became, fell into debt, came out. He wrote it down. What of Donald Trump? Donald Trump that the US Congress had planned to put in jail, lock him up and all of that. I shared it with us. The only office that could redeem Donald Trump was the presidency. And a man who they were waiting to sentence 5 days to the sentencing became president. That was the only rule that made him exempt himself. You know what many of you do? You accept plan B's too much. And you know, I will not blame some of you. You know the reason? You have grown a lot of time around an environment where value is not a language. I showed us last week during Sky meeting how the Bible said that the children of Israel left Egypt. But I want you to imagine that some guys sat down together and said to themselves that we miss eating cucumber. Please, let me ask you. Cucumber, onions. Wait, I want you to imagine onions, garlic was what made some men gather themselves together and say we are going back to Egypt. God said something to me some weeks ago. Burn the bridge. Listen, there are lifestyles I have told myself forever. It can never become my reality. There are some of you who were born in poor homes. You still see riches as an option. Let me tell you how you do it. You say, if God wants to make me rich, He will make me rich. That is you living your destiny to faith. And let me tell you the truth. The Bible says that he said surely there is an end. And thy what? Expectation. How do you turn that thing to an expectation? Write it down verbatim. I told you last week, if it is too hard to write down, it is too hard to achieve. There are many of you. You are, in fact, the thing God is telling you become, you are afraid of writing it down. Some of you, like now, God is saying, I will make you the richest man on. When you reach richest man on, you laugh. Can I tell you something humbly? Yesterday, I saw something. We had the fast, so during break, my phone stumbled on a particular page. And I saw a house. To be very sincere, I'm not a fan of luxury, but I love luxury. When I see it, I like it. I saw the house. I saw a Rolls Royce, a Bentley, a Rolls Royce Cullinan, a Bentley. Then I saw a helicopter at the back. And behind it, I think I saw a runway for a plane. And I saw this in one person's compound. And I asked myself, in a lifetime, somebody believe that he can get this thing and use it. Now, when I saw that, I scrolled a little bit. Then I saw a video. It was actually a wife that wanted to celebrate her husband's birthday. Now, women, please don't be angry. You know what this lady did? She just comes home. They live in Ghana and tells the husband, honey, I've packed your bags already. we're going somewhere. So she blindfolds him or something like that. And then takes him and, tell him we are traveling somewhere. Now they go to the airport, take a private flight. And they were, so the man was like, where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? So the man looks through the air and discovers that they were taking him to Germany. The wife was taking him to Germany. He gets to Germany, and then she had already done preparations, traveled to the Germany, done preparations without the guys knowing, and come back. Finished with him. He's an Arsenal fan actually. So Arsenal was playing the next day. From there, she tells him, we're done with here, can we go somewhere else? Puts him on the same flight. Now takes him to watch the match directly. And when she finished, the man now looked and said, wow, you surprised me. But he acted as if it was nothing strange. Then I sent it to my wife. I don't know if she saw it. I sent the link to her. And I asked myself, God will give you 50 years and you will never see the betterment of what God has put in your life simply because you decided to accept nonsense. It's a choice to keep living undervalued. Am I saying that you begin to do that? I'm trying to tell you that from right now you can begin to tell yourself, this is what I can take about life and what I cannot take. See, I know most times, many of you when we come to purpose, you want to hear me say, Satan will attack you. Listen, for a believer, that is far. It's about ensuring that the dominion of Christ is resident in your life and in the environment around yourself. My question is this: show me the book where you wrote that destiny you prayed for. You are praying for now. Now, if you notice, what many of us have our prayer requests throughout the retreat. We've been doing since 2 days now. You have your prayer request. If I ask you if that is the same thing in your heart now, you discover many of us are oscillating. I want to be a footballer with so club. I heard of a footballer who, because of his ambition to play for Barcelona throughout his whole life, every club that came, he rejected them. It is vision that tells you what to reject and what to accept. Thank you, Lord. As a man of God, I decided long ago that I will not be a casual man of God. Long ago, I saw how many men of God were acting. I told myself, me, it's a lie. And let me tell you the truth. There is a dimension of vision I'm going to touch now and then we'll wrap up. Immediately you write your vision down, you will know the right association you should work with. It is vision that determines your association. You know what many of us do? We have a lot of emotional, funny relationships around us. Let me tell you what many of you call your friends. Many of you just have friends that are telling you well done when you are failing. You don't have friends that challenge you and tell you you are sleeping too much. A few days ago, I called my friend, God's will. I said, Oga, how far? What's happening? And he was telling me the things he has as now. If God's will is telling you that he does not have, he's trying to build wealth, you will think he does not have anything. You will hear him crying as if it's nothing. You know the reason? There is an agenda that is far. You know who your friend in that, and let me tell you the truth. A very integral relationship vision gives to you is what I call the gift of coaches. You know who coaches are? Many of you, let me tell you what you have around you. People that just clap for you even when you are failing. They tell you well done. Can I tell you one hard truth? One reason practically, to be very sincere, I tried my best to ostracize myself. And let me be very plain. In the last few months, I have ostracized myself from a lot of things to focus. One major reason is because I noticed that I cannot bear what is not the vision God has given me. Like you see somebody doing what God has given them casually. And the worst thing is seeing people telling them, well done. And yet you know this person is not doing well. We were in Port Harcourt a few days ago, and I was talking to my dear protege. When he came, I told him, Oga, thank God for this one, but can I tell you the truth? There is still something you can do better. My question is, the person you call your closest party, there are two things they should do for you. When they see you winning, they should clap for you. But they should also be observing, where can this person upgrade and improve? I kid you not, my wife does it for me like now, I'm done. I am sure that there are a few things. She just come, this thing you'll have done. And me, I've taken my notes when she was leading prayer. I saw one or two things. I say, I've written this one, so that it will not happen again. But you know what? They tell you, well done. Joshua, you played well. When I followed you, I followed Joshua to the field some weeks back. I said, this guy we've been seeing that's always good. Let me go and see. When Joshua finished playing, I just looked and said, Kai, Oga, you try. We followed one bush path and we almost landed in a pit or something like that. We came out. It's okay for me to say well done, but to what standard? Some of you watching me, you know that you did not get it well. Have you finished? See, have you been in a state where you did something, you know you did not do well? Then you are coming, then you are seeing your guy, whoa, man. You are like, oh God, tell me the truth now. Do you understand? A true friend is one that builds you. A true friend is one that supports you. A true friend is one that claps for you. Now, can I add one more thing to a true friend? A true friend is one who, by looking at him, you are motivated to succeed yourself. You see, people who give you fish but not show you how to fish are not good people. There's something we are discussing with my wife I think that was yesterday, about somebody that we are training. And then my wife wanted to make some things easy. I said, let me tell you the truth. You don't make men easy. You don't make things easy like that. There are points in which men have to make hard decisions. The world is not getting easier. You have to be stronger than the opposition coming at you. Somebody is telling you want to be a billionaire. When we went to the forex class, what did we see? What did they say? They said that the time that no trader is indisciplined. Am I correct? And I will show you, not biblically, the order of wealth does not make you indisciplined. When money begins to turn is when people are sleeping. So you cannot sleep anyhow. Do you know what the Bible says? It says a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of an arm to rest. It says, so shall poverty come upon you like a robber. You know what that means? You will not even know you are getting poor, but you are getting poor. There is a stage of your life, if you are working 23 hours back and people are telling you well done, you don't accept it. You know why? You know where you came from. And then this is what I keep telling people. If you know where you came from, look at, I want you to imagine. Most times when we talk with people, I think there was a time they called a media pastor from a particular country, and the person was like, I had an encounter with the message, and then the power of God hit me. Now the glory I saw coming out from God's servant was much, but now I don't have the honor of meeting him. You pray for me. When he called us, he brought the call, and the man of God was speaking, and he said, you that is his PA, please pray for me. Now I asked myself, as that day we turned the house to a prayer meeting ground, God, thank you for what people are saying, but truthfully, is this all that you can do with us? And let me tell you, most times when we are talking about more, we always think it's prayer alone. Can I tell you, There is discipline. Listen, let me tell you, many children of God are not disciplined. I want to be the best public speaker. How many hours do you give to it every day? You can ask my team. There is no time you meet. For example, right now you can be okay and say, this is it. How we've done this is fine. Listen, while we are settling, I am already looking for the next thing we can stretch to. I read something and I sent it to my wife 2 days ago. Dr. Poleneche's schedule. How many of you saw that video? Dr. Poleneche does night vigil, travels to the country, travels out for a crusade the next day, comes back, does prayer in the night again, goes again. He does 3 crusades every week. Let me tell you what some of us do. We will just come. In fact, at a point, some of you notice prayer room, it looks as if we are shaking and all of that. When I saw that thing, I had to sit up. Dr. Poleneche does not give somebody else to do commanding the day. He's the one that comes and stands. After that, goes for crusades, come back, goes again, comes back, do vigil. And wait, you think that entering flight is really luxury to those people? Some of us will do only 1 program in a year. We'll take vacation of 5 months. So wrap up. The Bible says, except your righteousness exceeds that of the Pharisees in any area. Can I tell you, the law of discipline will favor anybody, born again, Hindu, Muslim, atheist. Can I tell you why the world mocks us? We always use prayer as the excuse for laziness. We see, and some of you have heard me say it before. It is only children of God that think prayer is the only key. You see this excuse. How many of you said prayer is the key? Prayer is the master key. Oh God, if it was the key, you will have been the richest. Listen, it's the constant key, but there are keys you have to add to prayer. It is prayer that powers everything else. I went for a meeting one time, and a wealthy man in that place stood and he said, can I tell you all the truth? I know that I may not be a serious child of God like many of you. I've never prayed beyond 2 minutes in my life. Now, am I saying prayer is not important? Now, there is a place we need to build him up to. Are we together now? Because prayer at that point is not only for getting wealth, it's to exact the purposes of God in his heart. But can I tell you the truth? The man was talking about his work ethics. He said, but I can dare that many of you who are Christians don't have my work ethics, my work schedule. So, some of you, I think yesterday I sent the video to some of you about a man who is a fitness coach that wakes up 3 a.m. every day. The wife has never seen him wake up less than 3 a.m. He wakes up, not he wakes up and start praying. He wakes up and goes out. See, let me tell you the truth. Many of these great men you see, have you seen them in this country today, tomorrow that country? You think it's luxury. Try it. Ask them. Common journey we do sometimes. When we come back, as if we will die. You will travel, your back is paining you. You will finish speaking. You will start counseling. In fact, can I tell you, most times the counseling are longer. The counseling sessions are longer than the preaching. We finished in Abia where by what time we started counseling for hours, because everybody wants to hear what concerns them. And then you are the one saying, God, take me far. Can you sustain it? I keep saying, listen, especially many of you watching from our different centers, listen, or watching from a village, a city, or whatever. Listen, some of you, don't let the place you are staying make you feel you are important. While you are sleeping in Lagos, there is somebody on already jamming traffic. You don't get up 3 a.m. You will do your work on traffic, and you must appear at work every day. I went through the schedule of Elon Musk. Some of you now have been talking about it for a few days now. A week, go and check his flight pattern. Go and check. They drew the flight pattern of Elon Musk. He can travel to 5 countries in a day. And you know the funny thing? When he appears in each of his companies, he will call all the workers. Not the one they will call one person and say, give me report. That if the person is not doing well, he come and gives you good report. if there are 18,000 workers there, supposedly, all of them must give their complaint. He will sit down on a chair. They will give their complaint. He will hear it, answer every one of them one by one. And he will, in fact, people say that leadership model does not work. He taught the world that it works. Oh God, I want to be a singer to the nations. How of you see? Let me tell you about. I heard about many. Some go and check some of these secular artists. Some of them use their school fees to go and do recording sessions. See, there is a way a door will look at you, and it will know that you don't have plan B's. You will carry the door. Not that the door will open, you will carry the door. Say you've not resisted unto blood. I want to be a businessman. Businessman, right? Businessman. Go and check what many people do for business. I want to be a tech giant. Common letters you can't identify. How about coding? That's why when we men of God or born again children of God come to teach them, they are laughing at us. They are asking themselves, what? Hope you know that to a serious man, the gospel is not just intrinsic to save his spirit man. The gospel is also a model of life. So they should look at you and be inspired. You cannot be the CEO of a company and you come late to the company. In fact, can I tell you the truth? You must be the most hardworking in your company. I've given us some movies to go and check out. Before our dear brother Divine went for service, came here to see me last week Sunday. Sat down for, before Divine started his training with iFitness. Guess what? He will always be kind, and you know when he's walking, you see shoulder. I pray he sees this. You see shoulder big, he's feeling himself. Guess what? He goes to a company of fellow giants. You know, in the midst of slim people, you think you are something. He goes into the company of fellow men that have the chest and have sense. And then last week, sir, do you know that I think I know this thing? I don't know it. And guess what? By the time we finish talking, he's on his way for service. I told somebody, I said, Divine must lead he must lead the whole compass there. It's not a question. The information I pumped into him that day, between God and man, if you made a rocket in that ground, you will talk to it. Send me pictures and videos. Sir, they've made me the lead copper there. I said, right, nice one. What's the next thing? Celebrate wins, but don't sleep there. Don't die in your last success. Listen, let me tell you what I used to tell myself then in CAF. I used to say, when a student finishes primary school and was taking, let's say you were taking first position. My question is this: if you truly say you are still brilliant, what do? Will you keep staying in primary school? Look for a bigger challenge now. Are we together now? Some of us are satisfied as long as chickens are clapping. Hey, we're done. Oh, you are my dear, go to the field. We were coming back from PH, and a football agent was in the car. Now, it was how the man was talking in the car that made us know. He was shouting, we are these players, we are this one, we are the players are not serious, all of that. When he finished, I said, sir, can I talk with you? He said, yes. I said, I have somebody I want you to. The man said, can I tell you the truth? It's not about saying the person is available. There are many talents, but is the person strong? He said that the warfare in that place is not alone by skill. Listen, everything you can play, somebody can play times 10 and he has not gotten opportunity. Why should you be taking more serious? There's a guy all of us know. I don't like football, but I've come to know him because of his diligence. Osimhen. Even if Nigeria loses a match, you will still pick him out because you can see the way he plays. You see some people, They are just running. You know why? Their father bought them the ticket. You, no father, no mother, no. And the greatest disadvantage many people who do not understand this matter of purpose do not get is that every second you live, time is going. Time does not wait for you to grow. Time does not pity you. Time does not say, oh, hey, time does not do that. If you don't catch up today, let me tell you some of you something. Hey, God, should I say this? Okay, let me say it. Listen, I'll coin it in a better way. You think as a man that because you don't go to engage in more responsibilities, possibly let's say family or something, that life will be easier for you. Can I tell you the truth? There is a secret hack with responsibility that makes you grow. Let me tell you, the deeper you go into life, the harder it comes at you. My question to you is, how much more can you take? How much more? There's a place where if you get a shop, if you pay 150,000, you are the biggest guy in the market. But there is a place where when you pay 1 million, the store is just a stand. And you think that because you sold all you have to pay that 1 million, that life will pity you. You will come there and see other people that paid the same 1 million, and everybody's fighting. When a customer is coming, you see them shouting, "Customer, come!" You sit down there. I'm the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. Righteousness will kill you there with hunger. Have you gone to maybe Alaba International Market in Lagos, or maybe Aba, Ariaria? Let me tell you, you will see a man just wear normal clothes. It's when you ask people who that man is, you will look at the man wearing normal clothes. Hope you know it's a business strategy so that you can pity them and buy. It's when you finish buying and the man will look at you and say, children never chop. And you pity him and you buy. When you are going, you say, who sold this to you? It's that man, I pity him. The price is even 24,000, but he sold it 20. You say, who? That man. Or God, the building that everybody is having shopping, is that man that owns it. You who has not touched half of it, you are acting as if you are Lord of Glory. There was a day I saw Tony coming back from work. I videoed it and I kept it on. It's in my phone. Tony was running as if. Walking as if breeze will blow him off. This is how he was walking. Oga has trekked from. Where did you trek from? Jagi. Then maybe next year you see Tony driving a car. You now say, it's just go to Abuja, your life will make it. How many people do you know in Abuja who you are still hearing about? It's not Abuja, you go do the work. Wait, can I tell you, do you know if we do, to get this place like this, we walk till 3 a.m. If nobody here slept till 3 a.m. 3 days with fasting and prayer. This whole thing, POP, all. It was, we ladies, I saw my wife remove clothes, wear singlet, came. Everybody, Joshua carried some paper. I was even the calmest. Oga came from Kaduna and thought he's coming to meet rest and network on ground. See, let me tell you, you cannot be, you know the reason. Where you stop working, you stop earning. Stop earning. That's good. You think it's a job? From Dogongada to this place, calculate the cost. There are days I will look at my wife, businesswoman, antique house, celeb. You know, she was a celebrity in Kafancha. When she came to Abuja, humility. We went to see one of our mentors in business to tell her thank you. The woman said, look at me. I have sold tomatoes in this city. He said, I have carried things in hand. He said, in this city, me that you see driving this car now, if I tell you what I do, what I've done. My wife just calmed down. And sometimes I'll teach her, I'll say, Auntie Cutie. In car, people are calling you Royal. Sometimes when I see her sleeping on the floor, I say tomorrow somebody will come and ask me, come and tell me that one click just happened and then it just changed, life just changed. There's no life change anything. You will pay the price. The last tip I will give us before we wrap up, because I don't think we should be here beyond 11:30, is the tip of spiritual warfare. Write it down. Spiritual warfare. You can just get all those things from there. Thank you. You want to take over a territory and you don't know how to pray. Okay, right on. The first 40 days after we came to Abuja, the Lord will lead us to do a 40 days fast. We did, I think, 1-2 weeks after. On the 23rd day, I took my wife to where she was walking before, where she had her stand. As soon as I was coming out, I turned. I saw an angel standing behind me. I will almost turn to go and meet her and say, babe, there's an angel following me. And so, but because we had something to deal with, I just said, let me go, and when I come back, the angel just nudged me, and I like somebody pushed me. I could see him pushed me, so I like moved. Immediately, what landed was a demonic bird that landed, that came down, just fell back. Now immediately it fell. It died on the spot. A man across the road ran towards me. It's like he saw the bird falling and was coming to push me away from it. He said he comes from a particular place in the west, where if this bird is falling and it lands on your head, you are either going to die after a few days or you'll run mad. The man came and asked, who are you for this bird to fall and die? He said, you are not ordinary, you're a pastor. I literally had to go in. I told the man, sir, wait. I ran in. I went and called my wife. I said, babe, come on. I said, sir, say what you said again. He said it before her. Meaning that if you are not a man of power, you cannot subdue territories. See, I did not come to Abuja to be one of the twist clean. Oh, there's a church of excellence. Oh God, we cast out demons. They brought an insane lady, asked Tony, am I correct, to the house. A brother called. He said, come on, something happened. They brought the girl to the house. The day before she would come, Tony sees the vision of the thing the strategy God was going to use. She comes in. Did we shake off it yet? No. The girl left the house well. Listen, let me tell you the truth. If you are not a person of warfare, Satan, listen, there are places God will keep you, and it's because he loves you, because you are not ready to fight. But if you are going to contend, can I even tell you something that I and my wife were talking about this morning? We are talking about something. Some of the battles you will fight are not just warfare against demonic spirits. You will fight against people of like minds. You will fight. See, let me tell you, this thing that the Bible says, can a kingdom be divided? Yes, you will. There are going to be battles like that. If there is no wisdom, if there is no strength, if you are an easy give up person, you will not thrive. Somebody looks at you and say, you will see. Then you two, you just stand there. You will see. The person knows what they touch before they said it. You did not touch anything. You just came and said, you will see. Let me tell you, in fact, this is one of the reasons why we are not in a haste to do certain things. Listen, there is a spiritual threshold. We need to register glory. See, if it was, let's say, in a territory we had conquered, we took the name Midas Glory House, and you know, we've revived our sky meetings, all right? Revive them, because we need an atmosphere where people can come and on our apostolic forum and be blessed as a city. If we don't register that name in the spirit in Abuja, nobody will know it. People meet hundreds of thousands of people every day. Why should they remember you? When our brother was going to get his job, one of the days, the Lord told me, I saw the way he was looking. I asked God, I said, God, you asked me to tell this. He took the bold step and came. Your word says, when I sent you, lackest thou anything? You think that people just start getting this like that? Listen, the higher the destiny, the higher the warfare. Some of you, why it's taking long is because when that door opens, it will be 100 years in one day. You don't know warfare. Recently I stood here, the Lord showed me something about Kafancha, and I spoke it out. I said what God had showed me about the city. Some people we are taking, in fact, some people are thinking it's a joke. Calm down. You think people just thrive like that? It doesn't happen. You must be a man who knows how to war. David said, you have taught my hands to war.